Good day, sir, and good day, everyone who is watching on this video right now. So today, I will going to present or to share with you about the Dale's Cone of Experience. And now, let's start. What is Dale's Cone? Dale's Cone of Experience is a model that incorporates several theories related to instructional designs and learning processes. Cone of Experience is a pictorial device used to explain the interrelationship of the various types of audiovisual media as well as their individual positions in the learning processes. So this is Edgar Dale's Cone of Experience, and as we consider, there are different kinds of methods on which the students can learn. Dale's Cone of Experience is a visual model that is composed of 11 stages. We have there from the top. First, we have text or verbal symbols. It is a principal medium of communication, bearing no physical resemblance to the objects or ideas for which they stand. Maybe a word of consecration, idea, scientific principle, formula, or philosophic aspiration. But it has the disadvantage, it will be highly abstract. Next, pictures or visual symbols. We can use chalkboard, whiteboard, flat maps, diagrams, or charts. Fits the tempo of presentation of idea, topics or situation. It is very easy to produce and prepare, but it has its limitations. You may encounter lack of ability to use of media size of visuals. Simplifications of visual materials leads to misconceptions. Next, the audio recordings and photos. It is useful in getting attention, particularly projected views and concretized verbal abstraction. But it has also its limitations. The size of pictures or illustrations, expressiveness of projected materials, and equipment, timing difficulties between radio shows and classroom lessons. Next, we have television and motion pictures. It is a solution to time and space constraints, provides windows to the world, effective for presenting movement, continuity of ideas or events, substitute for dangerous direct learning experiences, and its limitation is expensive because you need TV for viewing problems, timing with classroom lessons, misconceptions about time, size, and ideas. Next, the exhibits. It present objects or processes otherwise impossible inside the classroom. Exposure to new ideas, discoveries, inventions, problems that may encounter is too little space of time, consuming maintenance, because when you need for exhibits, you need to prepare lots of things. Next is field trips, undertaken primarily for purpose of experiencing something that cannot be encountered within the classroom. A rich experience in learning about objects, systems, and situations. And its disadvantage is time-consuming, expensive, high exposure to danger, accident, inadequacy of the community's resources because it will be taken outside. Next, we have the demonstrations. Visualize explanation of an important fact or idea or process. may require nothing more than observations, or students may be asked to do what has just been shown how to do. Its disadvantage is its idea or progress may not be interpreted or conceived very well. Visibility to all learners. Next, we have dramatized experiences. It helps get closer to certain realities that are no longer available at first hand. Steering and attention getting. Participants learning to understand intimately the character he portrays. Teaches cooperative work, and its disadvantages is time consuming without commensurate result. Participation is limited to few individuals. Next is contrived experiences, an editing of reality, substitutes for confusing or unmanageable first-hand experiences, easier to handle, manipulate, or operate. But its disadvantages is simplification leads to misconceptions, distorted views, and incomplete pictures of reality. No freedom to handle expressive or fragile models, mock-ups, specimens, and etc. And last, we have direct, purposeful experiences. Unbridged version of life itself. Direct participation with responsibility or outcome. The basis of the most effective and lasting learning. Its disadvantage is not all things can be learned through direct first-hand experiencing. So after going through the different components of the cone of experience, it could be said that in facilitating learning, we can use variety of materials and medium in order to maximize the learning experience. One medium is not enough, thus if you can take advantage of the other media. There's nothing wrong with trying to combine several medium for as long as it could benefit the learners. Also, through the levels provided by the cone of experience, it could be said that concrete experiences must be provided first in order to support abstract learning. Lastly, staying on the concrete experiences is not even ideal because through providing abstract experiences to the learner, the more she or he will develop his or her higher order thinking skills, which is important for more complex way of thinking and for the ideal with more complex life situations. Through understanding each component of the cone of experience, it could be said that educational technology is not limited to the modern gadgets that we have right now, but rather it is a broad concept that includes all media that we can use to attain balance as we facilitate effective and meaningful learning. Starting from concrete experiences at the bottom of the cone, then it becomes more and more abstract as it reaches the peak of the cone. It also provides teaching and learning models that allows teachers to understand how to increase the retention rate of learners by involving the learner. This means that while the learner participates and gets involved in the learning process by expression, they awaken the sensory organs. Edgar Dales made the cone of experience. It composed 11 stages. The top of the cone are verbal symbols, visual symbols. These are the symbolic experiences, learning through abstraction. In the middle of the cone are recording, radio, and still pictures, motion pictures, educational television, exhibits, field trips, demonstration are the iconic experiences, learning through observation. And the last of the cone, which is the bottom of the are dramatized experience, contrived experience, direct purposeful experiences are the purposeful experiences learning by doing. The cone of the experience provides teaching and learning models that allows teachers to understand how to increase the retention rate of learners by involving the learner. It means that while the learner participate and get involved in the learning process by expression, they awaken the sensory organs. Who is Edgar Dale? So Edgar Dale is born in 1900 at the dawn of new millennium. Edgar Dale's work continues to influence educational technologies in the 21st century. Dale grew up on a North Dakota farm, and according to Wang near 1970, he retained the no-nonsense thinking habits and strong work ethic of his Scandinavian forebears throughout his illustrator's career. While working on the family farm and later as a teacher in a small rural school, Dale earned both his bachelor's and master's degree from the University of North Dakota, particularly through correspondence courses. These are the few peoples behind the knowledge and the ideas created by Dale. First, we have Pestalozzi from 1746 to 1827, who is the pioneer and concept of learning through activities. Third is John Dewey, 1859 to 1952, who had heavily influenced Edgar Dale's work and who stressed the importance of the continuity of learning experiences from schools into the real world and argue for a greater focus on higher order outcomes and meaningful learning. Application of Dale's cone of experience. First, Dale believed that any and all of the approaches could and should be used depending on the needs of the learner. So Dale says that you may apply all the things that the cone shows to use, but make sure it is useful to what is the need of the learner. Next, practice hand-on experience in real-life context will allow students to remember best what they do. Actual application to the activities is important so that they can experience it in real life. Teaching is the process by which the teacher brings the learner and the subject together. Next, knowledge of how children learn in the first essential for success in teaching. And last, the necessity of education through art.